Now, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you remember Chebukati himself? Chebukati the man, the IEBC chairman. Actually, let me call him the former IEBC chairman. Let's agree here that Chebukati has conducted 2 elections in this country, and all these elections, of course, they have been controversial, but they have also been assessed to be some of the most successful that we have been having as far as the technicalities involving the IEBC and elections is concerned. So Chebukati conducted the 2020 general elections. It was controversial, and actually we realized that among the 7 commissioners in the IEBC, 4 of them were against what Chebukati and the other 2 were announcing as results. During the elections itself, actually at the Bomas of Kenya, we had 3, that is Chebukati and the other 2, who announced the results, and 4 of them shifted to Serena Hotel, where they went and said they completely disowned what Chebukati and his team were announcing. Now, Kenyans and the entire world was left with questions. They were left with questions on why such a kind of a scenario happened. And people were asking, why could these people not agree on the issues to do with the results? And then there were more questions on where was the problem. So Chebukati, what happened simply, it is that he went ahead to announce the results, regardless of the contrary opinion from the other 4 commissioners. And as a result, we found the results, Ruto being declared as the president of Kenya. And that is how he took over power. Now, let me just give you a brief history on what happened before even these 2022 general elections. We had other commissioners who resigned generally after leaving the country because of fear of their lives. So they resigned, one of them being Akombe, Rosalina, I think Akombe, who resigned on the basis that he could not be part of the elections where things could not be okay. So upon resignation, we had some other judges, other commissioners who were brought on board, and actually, after being vetted, they took over the office. And some of these are these new magistrates are the ones, commissioners are the ones who went to Serena Hotel to actually disown the results that Chebukati was going to announce. Now, since then, the 4 commissioners left office. Some of them, they were forced to surrender a resignation letter. And another one decided actually to fight for herself, and eventually she was declared that she had some issues and she could not be allowed to serve as a commissioner in IEBC, that is Irene Masit. So as we speak, Cherera and the other 2 just resigned, and then now Irene Masit, when she tried to fight for herself, still controversially, she was declared that she was not fit to serve that office. So that's how it happened. Some 2 commissioners were left in office. Chebukati, of course, was retiring, and that's how it happened. But now, after the declaration of the results at the Bomas of Kenya, as Kenyans, we've never seen Chebukati. We don't know where he went. We don't know where he is. He has never communicated. There were rumors that he was going to be appointed to be a High Court judge. It has never happened. And now, I'm doing this video to ask, where is Chebukati? Where is Chebukati? Rumors has that he's feeling unwell, and as we speak right now, he's in hospital. There are some pictures moving around showing that he's seriously ill, hospitalized in a hospital in this country. But today, apparently asked my father whether he had seen Chebukati before, and he told me Chebukati could be where? In his home, relaxing, enjoying himself, in retire, having his cows and other things, taking care of them very well. But where do you think Chebukati is? My plea is that if Chebukati is there, and maybe he's fearing for his life, or maybe he's fearing the public judgment, particularly after announcing controversial results, he can now come openly and interact with Kenyans and the other leaders, because even Raila Amolo Odinga, whom he announced the results, whom the results that he announced were not in his favor, is now with the government, and the government is one now. Opposition and the government are the same things. So therefore, he should be free, come on, interact with Kenyans and get appointed, because eventually we need Chebukati out so that we can be sure how he's feeling. And actually, I feel strongly that those questions that were being raised at the Bomas of Kenya, as far as the results were concerned, could be ideal enough if Chebukati could come openly, engage in interviews with the people, particularly mainstream media, just like Isaac Hassan, how he did it, so that we can have some of these results, some of these questions being answered. He needs to be free and operate as a Kenyan. Because what is the beauty of Kenya if you are a Kenyan, having money, having served an IEBC chairman, and then you're not moving around? You're not enjoying the beauty around here. You're not interacting with the people. You're not seeing. You're not advising us. You're not giving us advice as young men and women in this country. Because one of the officers we know that is so controversial, hectic, IEBC chairman post. I mean, that office is terrible. We all know that. He needs to tell us. But one thing I can ask him is this: how did he gain the courage to stand in a podium, announce Ruto as the result, as the winner, yet Raila Amolo Odinga had prepared Kasarani, KICC actually, not Kasarani, to celebrate the results? How does he feel about that? I will also ask him a very simple question. Chebukati, how did he manage to announce the results actually while other 4 commissioners were not there? The third thing, did really Ogola appear there and threaten him to announce results in favor of Raila Amolo Odinga? Because I don't like the fact that politicians came out to speak about this thing, but yet him who was the victim, now the person who was threatened to announce the results in favor of Raila Amolo Odinga, did not speak at all. Also, I think if he comes out, it will be a clear indication that even if you've held such kind of a powerful office, you'll still come out and engage with the Kenyans, because people feel that you are condemned completely, you are tired, others feel like it is not an office you can hold. I mean, he should come out and tell us whether he was truthful on his work. Lastly, I think I have Chebukati also. He needs to come out and clear this air that is moving around, this information that's spreading all over, that he actually is sick. Because the pictures that I saw on social media, Chebukati is seriously sick. I don't think he's the one. But if he's the one, we need to know. If actually such kind of a thing is happening, we need such kind of leaders to be subjected in prayers by all Kenyans so that it can be okay. Also, I think Chebukati should be returned to office so that we can have an IEBC that is functional until we have a new IEBC chairman and other commissioners. That is what I strongly feel, because eventually in this country, we need the IEBC in place. And actually, when we have Chebukati, well, I think because he has that experience of being in that office, in the meantime, as we wait for others to come on board, I think he should be given that post, because how can we be without IEBC in this country in the name of Chebukati is not there or any other person, So therefore, it is very clear here, we need to know where Chebukati is. If it happens that Chebukati cannot speak, let's have a spokesperson for Chebukati. Let's have the president tell us about Chebukati, because after being a CJ in this country, Chief Justice, you've been the president, you have been the speaker, you have been, then what other arm do we think of? Being the IEBC chairman. That is another most powerful seat in this country that I think we need to know how it goes after elections. I personally like to do an interview with him, at least ask him, Chebukati, how was it being IEBC chairman? How was it? How did you manage? What was your answer to Ogola if at all he came to you and told you, Chebukati, make sure that this seat has been given to Raila Amolo Odinga? The results are in favor of Raila Amolo Odinga. What was the answer to the CDF? I mean, the deputy CDF, let me say that. The deputy CDF. What was his thought when he saw such kind of a crew coming to Bomas of Kenya? It is something that I need Chebukati to really answer. So therefore, to the family of Chebukati and Chebukati himself, we want you to come out, tell us where Chebukati is. Obviously, Chebukati is watching this video. Please come out and tell us how you're doing. It is essential for us as Kenyans to know what is happening to our former IEBC chairman, that is Chebukati himself. Because I think if he's a coward hiding somewhere, very wrong. He should not be a coward. Let Chebukati come out and engage with us as Kenyans. Because if you are right in whatever you did, why should you disappear from the public? Private life? Okay. Probably, maybe, you could be thinking like, another thought that just came in, is that maybe that IEBC post was so hectic, was so engaged, and he needs a rest. But this rest has taken too long. And probably even having such a kind of a long rest, it can make you sick. Because you are used to thinking, calling, visits, meetings, planning, and then all of a sudden, you're not there. Chebukati, come out. My name is Abel Mukua. Kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel.